the process that we were taking through made it easy for us to get to answer our own personal questions internally and get to through the process and the final product of putting your own personal vision board together. The nice thing also is the encouragement to say, we are taking these vision boards and we are encouraged to put them somewhere in our homes where it will be visible every day.
We're about to go on one wild ride through the world of financial planning. This is Propulsion, the podcast where we dive deep into the nitty-gritty of taking your business and your practice to the next level. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a franchisee, or a financial planning pro, you are in the right place. We're talking the latest tech, best practices, and expert insights, all while keeping it real and entertaining. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's get ready to blast off. I'm your host, Francois Du Toit. Righty, so you're at the Lean-In Circle for Women in Financial Planning. They're having their vision board session, and with me I have Tumelo Thwala. Tumelo, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. I've been talking to quite a few ladies this afternoon, and it's been a very interesting conversation with all of them. And I'm really excited to be talking to you now. It's really a privilege to be chatting to various women that's been attending this session. And first of all, before we get into this, just a little bit, what is it that you do professionally?
So professionally, I am a key account specialist at Momentum.
Nice stuff. And what does that entail? Like, if you're a key account specialist, that's got nothing to do with keys. Like, what do you do?
No, definitely nothing to do with keys. But it is a role that focuses specifically on big accounts that we deem as being key to our business. Big accounts like corporates and banks. So yes, we service, so my job is to service those accounts from a business-to-business perspective and tripling it down to the financial planning and the financial planners. So all the decisions and all the plans towards how the business is going and focusing, we discuss on a business-to-business level, and then we take it out and assist those key accounts in achieving their goals, as well as aligning with our goals as a company.
And I must say, it's quite an exciting role because you get to interact with them at a different level. You gain insights into their business. You really get to consult and add opinions and come up with solutions and things. It's quite an interesting role. So, definitely something that keeps you on your toes as well. Like, you can't just show up every day. I think there's a lot of learning involved and so forth. I want to ask you, doing this vision board session, which is quite important. What's your experience been doing this? And are you doing it specifically for your professional life or your personal life, or is it for your entire life, almost like combining all of it? So let's start with that. What was your focus, and what's the experience like for you doing something like this?
So my focus was actually on both, a balance in terms of my career life as well as my personal life. And my experience with this was absolutely amazing. It was very eye-opening. What I've learned is that it's very important to sit down and have a planning session, or at least plan ahead. And to do this at the beginning of the year especially has shown me that there are many things that I can put on the board and I can work towards to achieve and tick off throughout the year, whether it be with my work. So my personal vision board was concentrating on my career and personal life as well. So it's very important. I found it's very, very interesting and very encouraging and inspiring. Yeah.
What was it like for you going through the motions? Like, is it hard? Is it easy? Or did you find areas that was easy and other areas were harder for you? Can you share some of that?
So, firstly, when I came in here, I was wondering, how do we do this? Do we just cut on a board and paste? So I loved how we were directed in terms of what it is that you have to look out for at the beginning and think about to put together your own vision board. So the reflection, in terms of what do you want, where are you, and where do you want to get to. So it was actually made easy for us. It sounded hard at the beginning, to answer your question, but the process that we were taking through made it easy for us to get to answer our own personal questions internally and get to through the process and the final product of putting your own personal vision board together.
And now that you've completed the exercise basically today, you know, at the end of it, what do you really take away from it? Do you have like a clear vision on what it is that you are going to achieve or that you want to achieve, whether it's in the next year or it's a long-term thing, doesn't matter. But whatever's on that vision board, because some of those things I would assume is short-term, some of it will be long-term stuff.
Absolutely.
But are you walking away with a very clear picture, if you will, of what you're after? Or are you walking away not just with that, but also with a plan of how you're going to do it? Or is there now a second part to it where, right, my vision is clear, I now need to determine what actions I'm going to take? Or did it cover both of those things today?
So for me, it covered both. Firstly, I got to have a vision of what I want to do for the next 3 months and for the next 6 months. And then I will review. That's my plan. So I walked away with that. It's the vision. And it's very clear what I need to do to take those steps. So for me, it is both of those things. The nice thing also is the encouragement to say, we are taking these vision boards and we are encouraged to put them somewhere in our homes where it will be visible every day where you wake up. So it's not just an exercise where we cut and paste and we're going to be in crash and then it goes away and get tucked into the bin. So I already have in mind where I am going to put this, where I'm going to wake up every morning and look at it. However, I will say I will still go and write down a second part because my vision board is more words that express and pictures that express, but I would also like to go back and write down those goals and steps and daily things that I need to do in order to reach my goals and my visions that I've put on the board.
Because I guess that's the next question. What happens on Monday?
Exactly. So what happens on Monday is I look at that and I say, which one is the most important one? I mean, that vision board has got a couple of pointers. If it's like I said, it's a vision for the next 3 months, the next 6 months, and the next a year. So the first thing is, what's first? When I get home, I'm going to write all of them down and say which is the most important and what are the first steps that I need to take. That's what's going to happen on Monday. If it says education, for instance, on Monday, I can look up prospectors and then look into registering to study whatever the course that, I'm just giving an example, the course that I would like to go and study. That's the first step on Monday, registration. Second step, if I talked about traveling, how much will it cost me to go to a destination that I am so wanting to go to and get quotations and pick a destination and start paying deposits. So exactly. Active steps. Yeah.
Because I also think, you need to have those practical, and you've got to make it easy for yourself. And it's very simple. I think we overcomplicate things all the time, where it's step 1, step 2, step 3. Like even now in our emails, when we communicate with people what they need to do, for instance, they registered for an event or whatever they did.
Correct.
We want, here's an easy 3-step process. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what we need you to do. And it is, it just makes things so much simpler, and people take more action. And we've got to hack ourselves, to just make it simple. Just look at a place, pay a deposit, and
Absolutely.
then make sure there's money to pay the whatever's left. So that's important. Did you get to share your vision boards with each other, or was it a very personal thing?
So we did get to share our thoughts around the vision board. The final product, we still haven't shared. As you can see, the ladies are still out there being busy. So the actual final product of the board, we haven't shared. What we did share was our goals and values. While we were being taken through the process. Remember, I said at first I thought it was going to be difficult, but because we were taken through the process, we got to understand what to look out for, what to think about, and how to practically put it on a vision board. So we shared the step up to where we now have to put it on our own personal vision board. So yes, we do have sort of a clear understanding of other people's visions and what they're looking forward to.
Awesome. And also, I think when you do create things or you do share things like this openly, as far as one is able to do that and comfortable to do that, you get there's a bit of accountability that starts developing.
Absolutely.
And then because next year you come back and the ladies going to know, or when the next get together. Yeah, so how was that trip? So that's important. Last question is just around, lean in circle. Why? What does it mean to you? Well, what is the big thing? What is the one thing for you that makes this a great group to be a part of?
So for me, I love being part of this group as there is a lot of sharing and collaboration. So as I said before, that women in financial planning, actually financial planning as a whole, some of them have their own businesses, they work alone. So they don't get to see other professionals. They don't get to interact much with other professionals. So what I love about this group is that there is daily talks. There is somebody that you can lean in on for their own experiences. We've got different experiences around the room, or around the group rather. And the people with experience in one area can help others with less experience in that area, and vice versa. So it is, for me, a place of collaboration, a place of growth, and overall just being there for each other in this very difficult industry.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tumelo, thank you very much for spending time with me and having a chat. Good luck for the year and enjoy, and keep your eye on that vision board. And it's okay if that vision board changes over time, but enjoy, and thank you very much for your time. I'll see you around somewhere.
Thank you very much for having me. Thanks.
All right, folks, that's a wrap for this episode of Propulsion. I hope you got as much out of this as I did. Remember to tune in every Friday at 8 a.m. South African time for our live show called Propulsion Live. You can find it at www.propulsion.co.za/live. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, hit that subscribe button or the follow button and share it with your friends, colleagues, and anyone else who you think would get something out of it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.